Good afternoon, department.
Good afternoon, chairperson and members.
Good afternoon. I'm sorry for being late, but anyway, thank you for coming on a Friday at 2 p.m. We asked the department and also the minister to present two things. One, it was about the 25+ million that has been allocated from the provincial fund. And the secondly, for the minister to be able to talk about the priorities, but because the minister has got a bereavement and send an apology, and then we said, let's just use this 1 hour only for the department specifically on that aspect, and it's virtual. So it's only 1 hour. So now let me introduce myself. I'm Noma French Mbombo, the chairperson of the mobility, and then I'll ask my colleagues to introduce themselves, and then it's going to be over to the department. Thank you very much, Ms. Adams, for helping us with the whole process around the admin. Colleagues in the department, the rules of engagement in regard to the virtual meeting still apply. I don't have to read everything. I'm not sure if there are any public that are part of the meeting. If they are here, please, they can introduce themselves before the department introduces themselves. Thank you very much. Over to my colleagues.
Good afternoon, Chairperson.
Members.
Chairperson, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Good afternoon, Chairperson, and to our professional staff. I am Member Boyson. I'm an alternate member, and I'm standing in for Member Masipa.
Hello, everybody. Dave Bryant, member of the committee.
Good afternoon, Chairperson.
Good afternoon, colleagues.
I'm Peter Johnson. I'm a permanent member of this committee.
Good afternoon, colleagues. Noel Constable, a member of this committee.
Good afternoon, Brett Herrick, member of the committee. Menzel.
Why is it quiet? It's over the department.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. I assume all the members have introduced themselves. I wasn't sure if everybody had concluded, but if it's over to the department, thank you for hosting us on a Friday afternoon and giving us the opportunity to share some more information with this important committee for us, our oversight committee. I'm Daryl Jacobs, acting head of department, accounting officer. I'd like to each of the members of the committee to introduce themselves. The members of our top management is around the table with me, and a number of our other senior management team are online. They are joined online. And if I can just ask each of the members, staff members, to introduce themselves, starting with the CFO on my right.
Good afternoon. I'm Rian Wiggle, the acting CFO.
Good afternoon, Nadeem Hendricks, acting director at ITH, Mobility Department.
And then Deirdre.
Good afternoon, members. Deirdre Revenant, Chief Director, Transport Operations.
Good afternoon, Chair, members. Willie van der Merwe, acting Chief Director, Traffic Management.
Good afternoon, everyone. Godfrey Reed, Chief Director, Mobility Regulation.
Hi, afternoon, everyone. Hamza Martin, acting Chief Director, GMT.
Thank you. If I can ask the staff members, the senior management team that's online, just to introduce themselves. A number of them are online, Chair, if you don't mind. I'll just try to run through. Antoni, just introduce yourself.
Good afternoon, all. My name is Antoni van Rensburg, and I'm the Director for Fleet Services at GMT.
Bianca.
Good afternoon, members. Bianca Hendricks, Acting Director, Fleet Finance GMT.
You, Fazile.
Good afternoon, members. I'm Fezile Mbambo, Senior Manager, Land Transport, Integration and Oversight. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ricardo.
Good day, Chairperson and members. Ricardo Collins, Director responsible for land transport contracts.
Thank you, Mario.
Good morning, members. Mario Brown, Policy Strategies.
Thank you. I just need to move on to see who else is there on the. Okay, Kenny. Kenneth, you there? Okay, if not, Renil.
Hi, good afternoon, colleagues. Renil Davis, Acting Director Finance.
Munira.
Good afternoon, Chairperson, members and colleagues. Munira Ali, Mobility Communication. Thank you.
Melvin.
Afternoon, Chairperson and members and colleagues. Melvin Arends, Director Land Transport Safety Management.
Thank you. Let me just go back to Kenny. Okay, now he's clearly battling with connectivity. Chairperson, those are the senior management team of the department that's joining you this afternoon. So any questions you may have at the end of the presentation, we have a full team to respond to all of your questions. Thank you very much,
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Are there any members of the public here, Ms. Adams?
No, Chair, no one has RSVP to me.
All right, thank you very much. Over to you, the department. Can you do the presentation maybe for 20 minutes? Possible? Thank you.
Certainly, Chairperson, if we can do it even quicker, I'm sure you won't object at all. I've asked Nadeem Hendricks, just introduced himself as the Acting Director, to handle the presentation. We thought it's important since much of the projects relate to the integrated transport hub, and a lot of the systems work that we'd like to run through the presentation now, and Nadeem will do the presentation. Before he starts, let me just say that at the moment, out of the request that was made, about 67% of the money has already been spent. So we're very confident that we are well on track since the adjustments estimate was approved to spend the remaining 33%. But Nadeem will run through the presentation. I just want to make sure, can you all see the presentation, Chairperson and members?
Yes, thank you.
Excellent. Nadeem, over to you.
Thank you, HB, and good afternoon once again, members and Chair and colleagues. Yes, to provide a broad overview, the contents that we're going to be covering is just the enhancements in relation to the 25.2 million that has been requested. The overview of the integrated hub, we'll just give a high-level introduction to the hub and its duties, and then an overview in terms of the initiatives and this related to the support of the priorities and the multiple systems that is coming into play in terms of the delivery. I do note the request to speed up the presentation, so if there is a request for me to slow down, please do. I'm going to just jump into the slide, next slide. So in terms of the integrated transport hub, it's purely a smart system that leverages all the digital capabilities to support the improvements within transport management, law enforcement, public transport management, etc. So focusing on the improvements, we're going to go into the next slide is basically an overview of the support of the priorities and the various systems that come into play and the enhancements to those systems. So with additional funding in the ITH, places a strong focus on enhancing the systems and its capabilities in support of the departmental priorities. So the efforts are designed and contribute to improvements or the enhancements of the regulatory system. This specifically aims at the supporting the regulatory entity to streamline the processes and improve overall regulatory compliance and service delivery. Secondly to that is the advancements to the traffic road safety management system. These are intended to assist law enforcement and officials, enhancing the ability to manage traffic safety and road regulations more effectively. Then we've also got further development on the freight monitoring system, and the key focuses in terms of this development focuses predominantly on more accurate tracking and management of freight, and contributing to more efficient logistic networks, and then improvements to the common logic engine, which is basically the heart and the core and the backbone of the ITH. The CLE, referred to from a common logic engine perspective, enriches the data that is required for the various systems that had just been mentioned to actually optimize the decisioning, integrate various data information and processes within systems. So it's basically the heart and the brain of all the subsystem integration. So just to focus further on, we've broken it up, and I've just pushed a summary slide on all of these systems and the components. So just to touch on the regulatory systems, the enhancements, these are primarily focused, like previously mentioned, on road safety, quality of public transport services, and these improvements will provide for more robust framework of managing and overseeing key activities within the sector. The key focuses and the key development areas are the integration of the road safety management systems to the regulatory system, inclusive of the eNaTIS, which is a national traffic information system. This plays a critical role in the adjudication process, so the enhancements of the adjudication process and actually having information available in support of it. So it improves basically the data sharing between the systems, and also improves the decisioning when it comes to operating license renewal, as well as certain adjudication processes from a registrar's office perspective. Enhancements of the reporting capabilities. With the improved reporting mechanism, the system will be allowed to better inform decision making, refine workflow processes to improve efficiencies and turnaround time, and deliver more efficient and effective service delivery to both the renewals as well as permit holders and the public services. Alignment with key legislation and audit requirements. These are key focuses as well to ensure that is fully compliant with legislative amendments such as the NLTA amendment bill, and then additional audit requirements in line with regulatory activities. Administration process improvements. There's a series of workflow amendments to improve service delivery and enhance the efficiency of the regulatory entity, but also improve the service delivery to public as well. The next slide basically focus on the law enforcement and road safety management system. There's quite a bit of advancements in that space, which improves basically upgrades to help technology challenges more proactively, manage it more proactively, ensuring system remains responsive times, emerging issues are notified prior. So it's a lot of proactive management in terms of technology and capabilities, and improved response to interventions and the requirements from a road safety perspective. We touch on obviously digitalization of processes for road safety. This will enhance for critical data across agencies. There's a sharing of information which would improve on collaboration and ensure timely information and accessibility to the right stakeholders with improved response times. Access data through land transport management system. This will expand the data through the land transport safety system, where decision makers will be equipped to be more accurate in time and timely insights for intervention strategies, etc. Enhancement to traffic training management. Further enhancement is required and had been required for advancements to the traffic management training component, particularly by improved training planning processes and expanding these available training content. This will definitely ensure that officers are better equipped with the knowledge and skills to maintain road safety effectively. And then we move on to freight. Freight is quite complex. We are obviously focusing a lot on freight to enhance the efficiency and sustainability of the freight industry. Key focuses has been the introduction of the RTMS toolkit, which definitely focuses around the compliance and the operational standards within the freight sector. by providing the more streamlined approach to the monitoring and reporting, the toolkit will help freight operators to adhere to required safety, regulatory standards, ensuring better overall industry practices. New enhancements with new freight monitoring tools, the introduction additional demand infrastructure and weight violation dashboards. These tools will provide critical insights into the freight movement and helping identify potential violations and optimize traffic flow. Importantly, this will assist with limiting accelerated road deterioration, which impacts on the infrastructure. The overloading and weight violations in the road freight contributes to accelerated wear and tear on the road infrastructure. So we just need to obviously see how that can be proactively managed and efficiency implied in that space. Then touching on to the CLE, as mentioned, is the heart of the ITH to provide data and seamless integration between the various systems. There was a readiness component for regulatory changements from a national perspective in terms of the ARTO legislation that's still currently pending. There had to be work and amendments done in terms of the pipeline of the information that is fed between both national and provincial and municipalities. So that integration is still currently in play and alignment to the pending regulatory changes. Then improvement in visibility of the public transport violations. So we required obviously the CLE to feed certain information in terms of regulatory requirements, specifically around public transport violations, which is sent now directly to PTRS, which is the public regulatory system. And these will obviously be utilized in terms of the OL renewals process. As mentioned before, certain violations will be taken into considerations around the regulation as well as the renewal of that process. Additional enhancements is the streamline of service delivery. There's efficient delivery and support future initiatives aimed at optimizing public transport and compliance and safety. These are required to ensure that future initiatives are managed effectively and efficiently, and service delivery is maintained. Yeah, I think we've covered most of the enhancements. So just in summary, through obviously careful planning and execution of the content advancements will be delivered. The key developments outlined will ensure that ITH continues to improve and support departmental priorities and broader goals, enhancing public service delivery, improving safety and regulation, and strengthening law enforcement and optimizing trade operations. So I think I've obviously spoken through a lot, I've spoken a lot, I've said a lot. So I hope it was sufficient share in terms of the time required. But yeah, I think we've concluded most of the high level outline of what has been focused on over this period in terms of the additional funding that have been reported.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. That concludes our presentation.
Thank you very much. That was actually nice and short than it was expected. Let's hear from the members if are there any comments or questions. Thank you very much.
To see the members.
Sorry, I can't see. Miss Adams, can you please help me with the hands? I can't see much. I'm using a small device.
Sure, Chair. Member Hedden has his hand up. That's the only hand.
Over to you, Member Heron. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you to the team for the presentation. So the presentation is really on the how the additional funding has been allocated to the integrated transport hub and for what purpose. But I just wanted a question. I have a question around the focus on the regulatory environment as opposed maybe to the operational environment. And it may be that the regulatory components of the ITH required the enhancements. But I'm just, if we could just maybe for a moment talk about the role that the ITH can play or does play in the public transport space, and I'm talking about the operational part of public transport, so the scheduled and unscheduled public transport, how does the ITH, or how will the ITH play a role in ensuring the safe and efficient movement of people, and not just the safe and efficient movement of goods? And in particular, I guess I'm interested in the recovery of Metro Rail and how the ITH can monitor Metro Rail's operations in the region, and whether it does monitor or engage with the operations in the region. And maybe I'll just add on, what role can the ITH play in the service level plan that was signed between PRASA and the city after Unite Behind was threatening, or did in fact go to court? Thank you.
Acting HOD.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Member Beira. Just to respond in terms of the role ITH plays within the regulatory entity, we basically enable the capabilities in terms of the service delivery as well as the systems that provides the whole workflow-oriented design for the public regulatory entity. The system is called the PPRS system, which focuses on and captures all the renewals and stores the operating license, the validity of the licenses, and ensures that the alignment to the regulatory bills such as the NLTA amendment bill, etc. So we provide a full support in terms of optimizing and accelerating service delivery, improving service delivery, as well as further oversight in terms of preemptive measures that gets taken in terms of OL misalignments and the link between the systems from a regulatory perspective to law enforcement, because that information is critical for law enforcement to fulfill their roles and responsibilities on the road. So it's a seamless transfer of information, it's validity of the information, accuracy of the information to ensure that transgressions and interventions are effective within law enforcement. So it plays a significant role in terms of understanding the information that is also passed through the view of how many public transport transgressions has come through from specific road user. Then it's obviously taken into consideration when we talk about link to safety, the renewal process. If there's, for example, public transport that's continually transgressing, it has a complete negative effect in terms of the renewal process. So there's quite a myriad of support services and enablement that gets shared across multiple integrated systems and solutions. I hope that covered the one aspect of it, Member Aaron. And then in terms of the other,
I've asked Mr. Raghunath to deal with the second aspect of your question, Member Aaron.
Thank you, through you, Chairperson. We've been in conversations with PRASA. We are establishing a memorandum of understanding with them. We showcased what we are able to do in terms of from an operations perspective, surveillance perspective, integrated fare management perspective. So that conversations are going to be taken further. We wouldn't party to the agreement with City and PRASA, so I won't even hazard a guess at what the conversations and what the issues were behind Unite. But I mean, from provincial perspective, with PRASA, we are entering an agreement in the near future around that kind of assistance.
Thank you, Chair. I don't know if there's any other questions.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Member Heron, for the question. Is there any follow-up?
Not at this point. Thank you, Chair.
All right. Thank you very much. Is there any other question? Take into consideration that initially it was not going to be only, we just want only this presentation, because there was because we wanted to tie with the ministerial priorities in regard to following the money, but unfortunately, as we have indicated, around that. So it might be probably with the members when the minister is coming on the 21st, when I'll be focusing on the priorities plus also the targets and also the costing of all those priorities. We'll be able to dovetail the whole of this. So it's not about with the department which how would the committee only wants to only all the way to prepare just for a 25 million when we have got other priorities, because we wanted to put all of this together so that we can follow up the money. So when there are no questions now, it's because the committee members, they were prepared to have more of the complete debate. So that's why we said, let's stick to at least to a maximum of 1 hour. Members, if there are no other questions and we don't have any members of the public, I don't have any questions from my side. I'm preserving this for the 21st when the minister is here. So if there are no other questions, then it means that we are done. We need to thank the department for coming and also for doing the presentation Nogal on a Friday, Nogal after the State of the National Address. So thank you very much. The members will please remain after the department has left. Ms. Adams, is there anything that probably I might have left out?
No, Chair, all good.
Okay, so thank you very much, department, and then the members can you please leave behind.
Thank you very much, Chair. Thank you, members. We always look forward to these engagements, even on a Friday afternoon, Chair. Thank you.
I know, that's why I'm on the road. That's why I'm on the road. I'm because there will be actually I'm in charge of the traffic because I'm running so that by the time the traffic piles up, I'm already furthest. So that's why I'm taking this in the car. If I would have left, I would have stayed. It would have meant that I'll be caught up in the traffic. Too many cars.
Yeah, you wouldn't have had a problem, Chair, because the head of provincial traffic is here. Thank you very much, Chair. Thank you, members.
Thank you. All the best.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Chairperson.
Chair, can we go ahead? No, I'm saying chair now. Sorry, PO.
We can go ahead, Chair. Yeah, to the resolutions.
Okay. Thank you, members. Are there any resolutions, or probably maybe from you, PO, if you have probably identified any other resolutions coming from here?
Member Eden has his hand up.
Yeah, I see. Member Aaron. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. I think I'd like to propose that we get PRASA, if we can, to present to us on their service level plan. Although they signed it with the City of Cape Town, it obviously affects the region, which goes beyond the City of Cape Town. And so perhaps we can invite PRASA to present what they've committed to in terms of improving the service of Metro Rail operations. Thank you.
Okay, we got that. Actually, part of the plans was to have even also the AXA as well, because of the issues of the all of the related to the landing lights in George and all of those. So resolution one, it's about the PRASA in terms of what Member Heron has suggested. Is there any other staff members? Any other resolution? Going once, going twice, going thrice. There's no other. So, members, thank you very much. We have the resolution. Have you pick it up, Ms. Adams?
I've got it, Chair. Yes, I've got it.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, members. As I indicated that on the 21st, what the minister was going to present is going to be now on the 21st. Probably we can even combine more questions also to the minister regarding his presentation. All the best. Happy weekend. Thank you very much. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.